Toys. Toys are something we love as kids, but normally we grow out of them. Sometimes, very rarely, a toy turns into a sport. And that's what happened with the Frisbee. Join us today as we dive into the history of the Frisbee. Welcome to Daily Sports History. I'm Ethan Reese, your guide to a rapid deep dive into sports history every day. Growing up, many of us experience one of the most popular toys ever invented, a Frisbee, which has now evolved into multiple sports and changed the sports world and continues to be one of the most popular toys in the world. Walter Morris and his wife, Lucille, had fun tossing a popcorn can lid after a Thanksgiving dinner in 1937. They soon discovered there was a market for this light-duty flying disc when they were offered 25 cents for a cake pan that they tossed back and forth on the beach in LA. This got the wheels turning that if you could buy a cake pan for 5 cents and sell it for a quarter, well, that was a business. And so they started their cake pan flying business. You can see pictures of this on our socials. It looks like what we think of a pie pan today. But Morris sketched out a design to aerodynamically improve the disc, and he called it a whirlyway, after a famous racehorse. And he and a business partner named Warren Franciani began producing the first plastic disc after experimenting with many prototypes. They renamed them flying saucers in the wake of the UFO boom. Morris traveled all over the world demonstrating the Frisbee at fairs, where they were using them to look like UFOs, hanging them from invisible wires. Soon the pair ended their partnership in 1950, and Morris formed his own company and called it American Trends to buy and sell flying saucers, which they made out of plastic. They started to grow more popular, and in 1957, Whammo, the toy company, bought the rights to the flying saucer, and they renamed the toy Frisbee. Learning college kids were calling that which they derived from a Connecticut-based pie manufacturer, Frisbee Pie Company, in November of 1957, in what may be the first rock musical ever performed, called Anything and Everything. The game of Frisbee was included, with a song called Frisbee and Frisbee, creating more popularity around the brand. By 1964, Waymo had the idea to market it more as a sport than just a toy, and created a professional style model that was harder and less flexible, but allowed for more control. In 1998, the toy was inducted to the National Toy Hall of Fame. But what came out of these toys were multiple disc sports. Two of the most common ones are named Ultimate Frisbee, or called just Ultimate, and disc golf, which both have seen increasing rise in popularity in the past decade. Ultimate Frisbee is a combination of football and soccer, all with the Frisbee disc. And in the 1970s, they started to host tournaments for these games, where they developed a unique rule called the spirit of play. As these were grassroots efforts, they did not have referees, but they wanted to have tournaments, so they created a rule called the spirit of play, where you focused on getting the call right and each person talking things out if there was a dispute for a call, and making the decision right there between them, focused on not winning, but getting things right and having the spirit of play win overall. Disc golf recently has become more popular across the world. You've probably seen some of these golf courses, these metal chain-like stands that look like they have a ball at the bottom. You may not have known what they are. These are holes for disc golf. The disc for these games are thinner and more hard allowing you to throw it farther, but you have to be more accurate with your throws, and be a great alternative to regular golf. And it also includes different discs you can use, such as drivers, mid-range disc, and putters, similar to the golf cousin. Another sport that has come from this also is freestyle disc, which is similar to freestyle dance, doing trick shots, trick catches, and maneuvers to make the coolest moves you can. And all these sports, as they continue to grow, can all lead back to a toy made from a cake pan. Hard to believe. Thank you for listening to today's Daily Sports History. If you want to see pictures of the original disc, you can check us out on our socials. Daily Sports His on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And the links are in the show description. We look forward to you coming back for more Daily Sports History.